If you are going to birth what God is getting ready to do next in your life, you're going to have to form partnerships. You cannot carry this by yourself. I know you don't trust anybody. I know you're afraid of people, but the Lord said you're going to have to trust him, not them. You're going to have to trust him to carry the load, because what God has for you is going to require the development. Oh, I can't stay there. I'm not even supposed to be on it that long. But God said you're going to need a partner to carry the thing out. You saw it, but you can't pull it by yourself. You need a partner. Normally when people say help, they're in trouble. Say help. Normally when people say help, they're in distress. Say help. This help is not a cry for help because you're in trouble. This help is a cry for help because you're so blessed that you're going to need help to handle the blessing that's coming in your life.
God knows how to bring promises to pass, but you have to stay open to how it's going to happen.
Don't ever say, God, don't you love me? You always say, God, I know you love me. I don't care what's happening in my life. I know that you love me.
I want you to go out and find somebody to mentor during this crisis, or go sit at the feet of somebody that needs to mentor you, and start maximizing your time with people.
Listen to me closely. But we've been programmed to fail. Did you hear what I just said? We were born. We're made in the likeness and image of God. It doesn't get any better than that. And been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, including the adversities that we face.
My mother said, Leslie, if you run around with 9 broke people, I guarantee you'll become number 10. Well, come to find out, Mama was right. She only had a 3rd grade education. But the studies indicate that you earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. So poverty and living a mediocre life is communicated mind to mind. And so your relationships can hold you down or they can lift you up. I teach people to practice the principle of OQP, only quality people. If you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group.
Your body naturally will feel the effects of what you've created in your mind. And a lot of you guys are on the receiving end of something that happened to you, a heartbreak, a situation, disrespect, feeling vulnerable, and so it's very natural for something that you've experienced to replay in your mind over and over and over. But if you change your mind, it'll change your life.
Your perception of who you are, you've got to change it. And most of our perceptions are other people's concepts of us, and therefore we don't have self-concept, we got other concepts. What is your perception of who you are? And the second one, why do you think you exist? You got to discover that you were born for something. Some reason, there's some purpose for your life. If you don't discover that, you'll always have a job.
I'm still a work in progress. I'm flawed. I have my own issues, problems, and situations that I'm working through. But I do understand clearly that I'm much more further along than a lot of people. And so I feel like I'm putting my hand out there and hoping to relate, and hoping that you can relate to what I'm saying and what I'm speaking on.
If you're a person where all your friends come to you with a problem, that's because they see something in you. You're more balanced and stable. But you got to remember this old saying. If you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. It ain't nothing bad. You just got to upgrade people in your life. You cannot be the go-to person in the group. So, just upgrade your friends. Don't worry about it. You have a gift. That you solve problems all the time. You know what people pay for in this country? They pay for expertise in this country. The moment you're an expert in something in America, you can make $1 million. All you got to do is be an expert at one thing.
I asked Dad one time, I said, Dad, how do you know that people need encouragement? Because he was encouraging everybody. I said, how do you know they need to be encouraged? He said, son, let me explain this to you. If they're breathing, I love this. If they're breathing, they need to be encouraged. That's exactly how my father lived his life. He called encouragement the oxygen of the soul.
When you're an eagle, you're meant to rise up. We don't rise up when everything's going well. We rise up regardless. You're trained to rise up on your worst day. That's who you are. In the worst of circumstances. No place for whining, complaining, being anxious, being negative. It's totally unnecessary.
All your circumstances may say you'll never fly. You don't have the training, the experience. Thoughts will tell you you'll always be grounded. No, get ready. Your wings are coming. Where you are is not permanent. God did not create you to crawl, to go through life lonely, struggling. He created you to soar, to take new ground, to go further than you thought possible. Now quit being discouraged by what you see. What you see is subject to change. You don't know what God is up to. You don't know what He's doing behind the scenes.
Eagles live on another level. Eagles think on another level. Eagles dream on another level. Eagles function on another level. If you had somebody reject you, leave you, stop crying about it. It was just chicken.
I now realize how true. So you don't know the truth until you obey the word. Now, God give me strength to preach this. God give me strength to preach this. God, you keep asking God to explain it, and He keeps telling you to trust it.
Now the fact is, goals aren't going to achieve themselves. And even the smallest act makes you one step closer. Even the smallest step is progress. Now listen to me, friends. Taking action daily, on a daily basis, every day, is the most important step toward your success.
I was number 3 behind Michelle Obama for a long time. Until my book sold out. Yeah. And I was a guy just 21 years ago who was 300 pounds, could barely read and write, and now I have a book just 2 spots behind Michelle Obama, just because I was afraid. But you overcome those fears, guess what happens? The whole world, you unlock this door, and everything opens back up again.
Receiving is like the ocean. Well, the problem is, some people go to the ocean with a teaspoon. What I suggest you do in view of the size of the ocean is trade your teaspoon for at least a bucket.
All of the great discoveries, great inventions, great deeds that have lifted man up from his animal existence have been wrought out of the actual by the perpetual thinking of and visualizing these things by their authors. These grand characters clung to their vision, nursed it until they became mighty magnets that attracted out of the universal intelligence the realization of their dreams. Whenever we make our demand upon the brain by desire, that part responds in growth. Don't let go of your desire. Whether it be music, art, literature, business, or a profession, hold on to it. No matter how dark the outlook, keep on visualizing your desire, and light and opportunity will come to enable you to make it a reality. Whatever the Creator has fitted you to do, He will give you a chance to do, if you cling to your vision and struggle as best you can for its attainment. The opportunities for boys and girls to bring out whatever the Creator has implanted in them are 10 to 1 today to what they were 100 or 50 or even 25 years ago. The great danger in our time is not lack of chance or opportunity, but of losing our vision, of letting our ambition die. Most of us, instead of treating our desires, seriously trifle with them as though they were only to be played with, as though they could never be realities. We do not believe in their divinity. We regard our heartburns, our soul yearnings, as fanciful vagaries, romances of the imagination. Yet we know that every invention, every discovery or achievement that has blessed the world began in desire.
Release control of how it's going to happen. God is about to do unusual things, out of the ordinary, unprecedented. You're not falling behind. You're about to receive a phone call, a good break, a promotion. Your health suddenly turns around.
If your life and your surroundings is a nightmare while you're awake, those same nightmares are going to continue into your sleep, because the mind doesn't turn off because you close your eyes to go to sleep and rest. you can think yourself into a depression. Keep thinking and replaying and thinking and replaying, playing the same over and over and over in your mind.
Too often we say, oh, I'll be happy when I just get that promotion. I'll be happy when I just land that contract. I'll be happy when I just have more money. I'll be happy when I just what? You won't be any happier when you reach your goals than you are right now. It just doesn't work that way. Abraham Lincoln said it best. He said, you'll be as happy as you make up your mind to be. Right now, whether you're on your way, whether you've already gotten there, you'll be as happy as you make up your mind to be now. Right now. Being happy on the way doesn't mean you can't aim for great things. After all, look at everything Franklin accomplished in his lifetime. It means that big achievements come one small advantage at a time. It means that you've got to enjoy the journey. It means that you must enjoy and take pride in your little accomplishments. It means enjoying who you are becoming in pursuit of your eager desire. Every day, every single day.
Some of you don't even realize you have unfinished business. You need to go back where you left off with a new perspective. Go back to the gym. Go back to the drawing board. Go back to the business. Go back to the relationship. Go back to the burning building. You have unfinished business. All you got to do is show up with a new game plan and a new perspective. You got unfinished business.
What are you waiting on? Are you waiting on somebody to come give you everything you ever dreamed of? Well, I got news for you. You're going to be waiting a long time. Because the steps you must take to reach your destination of your happiness, it's going to take your blood. It's going to take your sweat. It's going to take your tears. See, pain is necessary. Because without it, we wouldn't know how to embrace the beautiful days. The days when we feel like new money. I'm asking, what are you waiting on? See, you can't sit up and wait in your bed every single day, depending on something to just happen, something to just fall out the sky. This is not how it works. It works when you work. It shines when you shine. What you willing to put in today? What you willing to give this world? You setting up asking your friends if you should do it this way, you should do it that way. But the reality is, you do it your way.
You have unfinished business. You got work to do. Perspective is everything. Let's go. I need you to hear me loud and clear. How you see this thing is everything. You cannot change the past, but you can change your perspective about it. You gotta see this thing differently. Stop complaining about the divorce. Stop complaining about the job loss. Stop complaining about the relocation. Your viewpoint is your advantage. Thank you for breaking up with me. Here's what you did. You opened up another opportunity for somebody else to come into my life. Thank you for firing me. You gave me an opportunity to explore entrepreneurship. I'm not bitter, I'm better. Perspective is what changes the game. You have to be disciplined every single day and train yourself to follow through on all your fundamentals, and that's how you're going to be successful. You have to do it when you don't feel like it. You have to do it when you feel discouraged. You have to do it when you don't feel healthy. You have to do it when you're under the weather. Every single day, you have to train yourself to focus and commit to your business and follow through. If you believe you've been called to be the difference maker, the game changer, the disruptor, the person that comes into a room and commands the atmosphere. If you believe you've been called to be necessary and not grossly irrelevant, then everything you do, everything you see, everything rises and falls on your perspective, your perception, your viewpoint. How do you see this thing? What happens when your perspective, your perception diametrically opposes your reality? If you are going to give and grow and evolve and attain and become, everything rises and falls on your viewpoint.
You see, a lot of people get discouraged when one person don't love their work. One person don't love their dream. Well, I got news for you, king and queen. It was never meant for them to understand. It was never meant for them to understand the vision that you have inside your heart. So I'm asking you, what are you waiting on? See, dreams become addictions when you truly know what you're gifted at.
We don't have time to wait. And the longer you wait, the longer you put it off, the worse off you're going to get. And you know that, and I know that. So let's stop with the bitching. Let's stop with the complaining. Let's stop with the screaming. And let's start working on being a better example. Let's start working on building this from the ground up. Let's start working on building something that every single motherfucker that you know can look at and say, damn, dude, that's what I want. That's what I want to be like. Because you can talk about this shit all you want, but unless you're truly about it, it really doesn't make any difference. Okay? So make this day, make this week the time. If you've been fucking off this whole time, make this the time where you say, dude, look, I'm still going to get better during this time. I'm still going to be able to look back during this time and say, that was the time I got better. That was the time that made me. That was the time I got ahead. Because it's not too late. This shit's not stopping anytime soon. And so if you're waiting for it to stop, for you to get going, you're just going to have that much bigger of a mountain to climb.
Show me somebody that hates to work out, and I'll show you a man that almost lost his life, and the doctor said, if you don't work out, you'll die. One sees it as cumbersome. One sees it as a problem. Another one sees it as a privilege. He sees it as his second chance, his new lease on life, that I have to work out. I get to work out. I get a chance to live a little longer. So one person sees the gym as a prison, and another person sees the gym as a passport. One man came within inches of losing his life, and another man has never come within 100 miles of losing his life, and he only works out twice a month, and somebody else works out 4 or 5 times a week. The reason why you only do it once or twice a month is because you don't see the value. Your viewpoint is either your advantage or your assassin. Your viewpoint will either get you going or get you killed.
Chẳng được quên khi cơn mưa đêm lại về. Em đã quên lời thề và ta như đông chìm sâu. Không còn mới em anh nhận màu. Em chỉ cần mơ đâu em bay. Chỉ còn là những cơn mưa vô giá. Cho men mưa em không mơ anh. Anh một đêm mơ. Chỉ cần bên em không được cơn nhớ. Và chỉ có em không muốn nhớ. Và người ta bên nhau như ngã tớ. Muốn nhớ về say em chỉ có mấy em ở đây. Và anh như muốn chết đi nhưng không muốn em mơ mày. Tình yêu làm cho ta đau đầu. Không em như mà mơ mộng. Anh như đứa mong cầu. Và mưa bên em u sầu. Chào các bạn mai em mơ. Chỉ có bên em nhưng là khó mơ. Em ở nơi xa em muốn bên ai. Anh không mong gì hơn. Chỉ mong em sẽ ở đây ôm anh thật gần. Anh chỉ mong đôi ta được có nhau. Mà đừng em đâu anh có em. Một đêm bên anh có em. Ta sẽ trao nhau môi hôn thật sâu. Ôm anh cứ nữa bằng gâu. Và em chỉ nằm đâu. Anh không muốn em ở đâu đâu. Một cơn gió thứ anh không mơ cầu. Mà không đôi anh mà bên giờ. Anh chỉ là my friend. Em yeah. Em thức một chưa, yeah. Mà đừng ở đêm ở đen. Anh nhìn một đôi bằng kem. Không như là ba xin là thêm. Cho em nhiều hơn như là kem, yeah. Chỉ cần là mưa thôi, em chỉ cần là mưa thôi, còn ai sẽ là nắng rồi.
told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Like nothing I felt, my mind overwhelmed.